I'm Alex Winch. I run a company in Toronto called Mondial Energy, and I believe we're carbon negative. Listening to the discussions over the past several days, I've heard of many expensive things that are being considered for ski slopes, for development in technology, in airplanes and engines. And I'm wondering, Jeff, if your discussion and proposals for effectively a carbon tax would be more palatable if the carbon tax was revenue neutral and the funds were applied to adaptation and mitigation.
Well, The Economist, which is not a left-wing magazine, agrees that a carbon tax is the way forward because it's simple and effective. Whilst it supports emissions trading, it has the same kind of doubts as I would have from a green left perspective about carbon trading. What we like about taxation is you can see what you're getting. We don't believe in revenue neutrality because we want to drive demand down to a level where it balances what technology and operations can achieve. And all of the percentage figures about that are broadly in agreement. The rationale is different and the future is different. The public does like green taxation. It knows that it's going to come. It has questions about what it means to its lifestyle, and it wants to see a report and accounts on hypothecation, on ring fencing, to see where green taxation money is going. Now, that's partially an answer to what you've said. But let me just repeat, we don't believe that revenue neutral schemes are anything other than robbing Peter to pay Paul. We do believe in fairly draconian demand management measures. Let's be frank about that. You saw the figures. And we think that's intellectually, mathematically, economically, and environmentally coherent. But then we would say that, wouldn't we?
On the taxation issue, I think most people in the industry would agree it should be recycled into the industry. There is, though, as I alluded to in my introduction, a very serious problem for the international concept because, as you know, the world is regulated by air services agreements. 98% of those air services agreements have an exemption for fuel taxation. And it is almost impossible to reverse that situation globally. The European Union has removed it internally, is trying to do it externally, but failed to do so with the United States. So while it's a better economic instrument, than emissions trading, it's one of the reasons why the aviation industry is leading to emissions trading.
Linking taxation to the use is a wish, and it will never come through. From the road transport industry, I can tell you, we pay a lot of money, and 80% of that is misused and not reinvested. It's used for pension funds, it's used for debt reduction. It's not going to go back to the industry, not at all. Jeff, sorry if you say people like green taxation. I completely disagree, and the people who have a car will disagree. Nobody's willing to pay infrastructure charging or a amount on cars.